Are you looking for a boat to enjoy the water in Maryland? Watch this video and I'm going to tell you all about Tri-State Marine in Deal, Maryland. All right, what's up everybody? This is Rob Schou and I'm with eXp Realty in Maryland. My goal is to help you enjoy the water and help you buy your waterfront dream home. So go ahead, reach out to me, call me, text me if that's something that you want to do. You can also scroll down to the first comment, click on the link, and it'll schedule a Zoom meeting one-on-one with me where we can talk about your home buying needs. And last but not least, click the subscribe button, click the bell so you're notified every single time I put out more content about living and being on the water in Maryland. So like I talked about today, we're going to continue our boat dealer series here, and we're going to be talking about a boat dealership called Tri-State Marine in Deal, Maryland. Now, Deal, Maryland is just south of Annapolis, which makes this location great because the population centers of Annapolis and DC and Baltimore can get there easy, but it's also a nice centrally located area too for the northern Calvert County and St. Mary's County in the southern Maryland area. Tri-State Marine sells mainly 3 different kinds of boats currently. They've sold different boats throughout the years. In fact, I can remember when I bought one of my first personal boats there. It was a Carolina skiff, a 16-foot Carolina skiff actually. So they've sold all types of things, but what they're most known for in our area is definitely the Grady Whites and the Parkers. And they've also started selling Sea Pros as well. So let's go ahead and go over the different types of boats they have just so you get an idea of what to look for when you're going there. All right, so we're gonna start with Grady White, and the Grady White is that mix. You can see it on the screen right here. It's kind of that mix between a family boat and a fishing boat. These are big, heavy hulls that have a deeper V that are really meant for the open bay, and you can even take it down to the lower bay, and they just plow through the water with ease. And so they have all the way down from the 18-foot Grady White, which is actually a 17-foot 10 center console, all the way up, and we'll go to some of their bigger ones. These like their 275 Freedom, which is a big dual console. They also have ones like the 232 Gulfstream that are considered a walk-around cabin. You can see the difference between the dual console, and we'll get an aerial shot right here, is this area up here where there's some seating area compared to the walk-around where there's a cabin and it's kind of a walk-around area. And of course, the center console too is that typical fishing boat that a lot of people use. They have them all the way up to 33 feet. You can see this beast right here, and they're just really sturdily built, well-made, hold their value type of boats. And Tri-State is one of the best dealers in Maryland, if not the best dealer in Maryland when it comes to selling Grady Whites. Now the second boat that I'm going to show you, the second type of boat is a Parker. One of my first boats I got with my dad was a 21-foot Parker SE, and they have always been considered kind of no-frill kind of fishing boats. They also have cabins and stuff like that on some of their pilot house models. But they're starting to kind of change what they are a little bit and adding more of those creature comforts. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the different models here. This is a really popular one, the sports cabin. You can see it's got a wide open deck on the back here, and it's got that kind of, they call it a pilot house front. So you can get out of the weather, the cold Chesapeake weather, in the wintertime, but still have plenty of spots out here in the summertime to go ahead and go fishing. And they have it in all different types of lengths too, so they got a bunch of different sports cabins here. We'll skip over that. You can see there's a 21, a 23-foot sports cabin. They got a 28-foot, so there's different lengths that you can find. All right, so now going down, if you look, we're getting into these center consoles. So these are kind of the iconic boats down here for Parker. They're center consoles. They have a lower gunnels right here, and they're just really solid fishing boats, and are starting to get more creature comforts with nice leaning posts and front pads, and some are getting seats up here in the front as well. So this is one of the first ones I had. It's a 21 SE. So you can click on it. We can kind of see the different stuff here, and you can see they actually have some great YouTube content about the different boats that you can watch. But looking up at the front, you can see they're starting to add more creature comforts. This in a lot of the series will have the pad up here, which can make it more comfortable for the family. It's not the same as, say, the Grady White with that dual console feel, where you had tons of space up there, where you had, that really almost lounge area up front that just is perfect for families. But this is a good compromise between a family boat and a fishing boat. Some of the great things about the SE models is it can get really shallow, really skinny water. The draft is 10 inches, which means it can float in 10 inches of water, which is really, really unique. All right, so going back to the full line of Parker, so that was a 21. The 23 is a 23-foot version of the SE, and then there also is a 25 SE. I don't think they normally have that in the showroom, but if you look at this 23 SE, you can just see how much bigger it actually is. And this is actually showing you what it looks like when you don't have that forward casting deck. It can be a big, wide open fishing area. Like I said, for the most part, I think family boat wise, you're looking at Grady White. And if you're looking at that kind of mix of family and definitely leaning more towards fishing, you're definitely going to be looking at a Parker. And so one of the newer lines of boats that they have there that they're carrying are the Sea Pro boats. And these are kind of in that same vein. If you've heard of Sea Hunt, if you've heard of, Sportsman, it's that same kind of boat with the Carolina flare, and they really are looking to kind of break into fishing and family. So let's go ahead and look at this right here, this 239. You can see this is a deep V model. It's got about 16 inches of draft. But one of the biggest things I want to show you is how different the front of the boat looks compared to the Parkers. So you can see here, instead of having that wide open area like the Parker had, it is definitely geared towards people being up there and kind of having that dual console feel while still giving that fishability of a center console. So I really like how Tri-State has done this. They have a good blend of different price points and different boat types. And it makes it so when you go there, you can really get a feel for what you want and what's going to fit your family best. And kind of going along with that, I've been to Tri-State a fair amount of times throughout my time living in Maryland. I've bought motors from them. I bought 2 different boats from them. I've traded in boats for them. I've, been there multiple times, talking to the salespeople. And I got to say, their service is excellent. I've always used Ron as the salesman there, and he's just a super nice guy. I've never felt pressured. And they're super understanding of what people need when they're boating on the Chesapeake Bay. So I would not hesitate to say, go over there, check them out. And if you want, I know they have a marina down the street from them where you can take test rides, and I know they'd be happy to help you get a good feel if which boat is right for you. Hopefully this information was helpful. Hopefully it gives you an idea of some of the boat dealers that you could go look at when you're looking for boats in Maryland. If you have any questions or need any help dealing with boats, buying waterfront, call me, text me, and I'd be happy to help you. You can also scroll down to the first comment, click on the link, and it'll schedule a Zoom meeting one-on-one with me where we can talk about your home buying needs and also your boat buying needs, because let's face it, I love talking about boats. You can also click the subscribe button, click the bell so you're notified every single time we put out new content. All right, hope to see you on the next video.